Welcome back to the deep dive. So today we are tackling a topic that, at first glance, might seem incredibly mundane.
You think so?
We're talking about showering, but, and this is a massive distinction, we're not talking about your average 5-minute get in, get out morning scrub.
Not at all. We are diving into a cultural phenomenon that has, completely taken over social media and is actually rooted in some pretty fascinating wellness science.
We are talking about the art of the everything shower.
Yeah, and it really is a misnomer to just call it a shower.
Mm.
If you look at the source material we have today, it defines it as something much, much bigger.
Okay.
It's framed as a total reset for both the body and the mind. It's less about hygiene and, more about a physiological restart.
Exactly. And just to give you a sense of the scale here, this isn't just a few people talking about a new soap. The hashtag everything shower has over 32 million views on TikTok.
32 million. It's huge.
It's a massive viral ritual. And our mission today is to deconstruct this. We have a literal roadmap from the research that breaks this down into specific phases. We're going to cover the actual science of the moisture sandwich, which sounds delicious, by the way, the psychology of the rinse, and how on earth you fit a routine that can take up to 4 hours into a busy life.
It is ambitious.
Yeah.
4 hours in a bathroom sounds like a nightmare to some people.
Right.
But I think by the end of this deep dive, you'll understand why people are dedicating their Sunday evenings to this. It's all about making that shift from a chore to a ceremony.
Okay, let's start right there, that contrast. Because most of us, myself included, usually operate in what the source calls daily chore mode.
Right. The daily chore is utilitarian. It's got an efficiency mindset.
Get it done.
Exactly. You have a job to do, remove dirt, remove sweat, wake yourself up. It lasts, 5 to 10 minutes, maybe? It's maintenance.
It's something you do because you have to be presentable for work.
Yeah, you get the job done so you can get on with your life.
Okay.
But the everything shower, that's completely different. The guide describes it as a sensory-focused experience. It's about mental decompression.
And in terms of duration, we are talking anywhere from 60 minutes on the low end all the way up to 240 minutes.
4 hours.
4 hours, which sounds daunting, I know.
It does. But think of it less as a long wash and more as a weekly ceremony. It involves multiple steps that you just don't have time for on a Tuesday morning. Things like deep exfoliation, hair masks.
Shaving, skin prep, all of it.
Right. You're basically consolidating a week's worth of self-care tasks into one focused block of time.
But before we get into the how-to, which is intense, I want to stick with the why for a moment, because there's a whole section in our research on the psychology of the rinse. Why are people flocking to this?
Well, it really comes down to the bathroom being a sanctuary of safety.
A sanctuary of safety.
Yeah, think about the geography of a modern home. For a lot of people, especially if you live with family or roommates, the bathroom is often the only room in the house with a lock that is, universally respected.
That is such a good point. You can close a bedroom door, but people still knock? The bathroom lock is a hard boundary?
It is. The source quotes the psychotherapist Tania Taylor on this. She notes that rituals like this create boundaries between competing commitments and personal peace.
I like that, competing commitments.
Yeah, and that locked door is a physical barrier to the outside world. When that lock clicks, you are in a space where no one is asking for a snack, no one needs an email update, no one is demanding your attention.
So the isolation is benefit number one. But it's not just about hiding away, right? There's actual physiology happening here.
Oh, absolutely. The research highlights hormonal balance. When you engage in this ritual, specifically the physical touch part, like scrubbing your skin or massaging your scalp, you're stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system. You're actively boosting the production of oxytocin and endorphins.
So the good stuff, while simultaneously lowering the bad stuff.
Correct. You're actively reducing cortisol, the stress hormone. So you combine the warm environment, the isolation, and that rhythmic physical touch. And you are chemically forcing your body to downshift from fight or flight into rest and digest.
There's also this concept of aesthetic self-care mentioned in the text, which I find interesting because we often dismiss beauty routines as just vanity.
We do, but the source argues it's much deeper. This shift is about using sensory experiences to validate your self-worth. It's a tangible, physical way to say to yourself, I deserve this time. I deserve to be taken care of.
It's like performing care on yourself to prove to yourself that you matter.
That's a great way to put it.
I love that framing. Okay, let's unpack the actual ritual. The guide breaks this down into a ritual roadmap with 3 very distinct phases.
Right. You've got phase 1, the prep, which is dry. Phase 2, the immersion, which is wet. And phase 3, the seal, which is all about restoration.
And notice that phase I happens entirely before you even turn on the water.
Yeah, that was the most surprising part for me.
Me too. So phase I is setting the sanctuary in the dry work, and it starts with curating the senses.
Right. You can't just jump in under fluorescent lights and expect a spa experience. The guide really emphasizes engaging all 5 senses to signal a transition to your brain.
So for sight, it's about eliminating that clinical vibe.
Yeah, dim those harsh overhead lights. Use candles or warm lamps. You're signaling to your brain through your circadian rhythm that it's time to rest, not time to work.
Okay, then there's smell. The tip here is to hang fresh eucalyptus from the shower head. I see this all over Instagram. What is the actual mechanism there?
It's so simple but effective. The steam from the shower, it breaks down the cellular walls in the eucalyptus leaves, and it releases the essential oils right into the air.
Ah, okay.
It opens up the sinuses, creates that spa atmosphere. Or, if you don't have fresh plants, the guide suggests lavender or orange aromatherapy tablets. The goal is to trigger the olfactory system to induce relaxation.
Now, for sound, the guide suggests brown noise or spa playlists. But here's where it gets really interesting and honestly hilarious to me.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
Real Simple noted that a popular choice for the everything shower is true crime podcasts.
It's a funny contradiction, isn't it? Relaxing steam in a murder mystery.
So why would that be relaxing? I don't get it.
Well, psychologically, it kind of makes sense. Anxiety often comes from a lack of control in our own lives, right?
Sure.
True crime narratives are structured. They have a beginning, a middle, and usually a resolution. Plus, focusing on a high-stakes situation that isn't happening to you lets your brain completely disconnect from your own worries. It's a form of escapism.
Whatever works, I guess.
Yeah.
And finally, taste. This one is critical hydration.
Essential. You're going to be in a hot, steamy environment for a long time. You lose a significant amount of fluid through sweating. The source recommends keeping ice water within reach to counteract that.
Right. You don't want to faint in your sanctuary.
No, you do not.
Okay, so the mood is set. Now we move to the dry treatments, the things you do to your body before the water hits it. Step 1 is scalp marination.
And this needs to happen at least 30 minutes prior. You apply oils. Rosemary is great for growth, castor or argan for hydration, to your scalp and the ends of your hair. You massage it in to stimulate blood flow, and then, this is key, you wrap your hair in a warm towel.
You're basically letting your head cook a little bit.
In the best way. You're creating a little greenhouse effect. The heat helps the oil penetrate the hair shaft instead of just sitting on top.
And while that's happening,
You move to step 2, dry brushing.
I've seen the brushes, but I've never understood the mechanics. What is the actual benefit here?
So you use a firm, bristled brush on dry skin, moving in circular motions. The direction is non-negotiable. You have to move upward toward the heart.
Why toward the heart? What's the logic?
It's all about the lymphatic system. Unlike your circulatory system, which has a pump, the heart, your lymphatic system relies on muscle movement and gravity to move fluid. By brushing toward the heart, you are manually assisting lymphatic drainage.
Wow.
It reduces puffiness, helps process toxins, and exfoliates dead cells all at once.
And the final dry step is the first cleanse, which sounds like we're getting into double cleansing territory.
We are. Before you get in the shower, you remove your makeup with an oil-based cleanser or a balm,
And why then?
because the steam opens your pores. If you get in the shower with a full face of makeup and city grime, all that dirt just sinks into those opening pores.
Yeah.
You want a clean canvas before the steam hits.
Okay, scalp is marinated, skin is brushed, makeup is off. Now we finally enter phase 2, the immersion, the wet phase. And there is a very specific strategic order here.
Right, because you don't want to run out of hot water halfway through. It starts with the hair ritual. And yes, it's a double cleanse for your hair too.
Talk us through that. Why 2 shampoos?
Well, think about the state of your hair. You have the oil you just marinated in, plus a week's worth of product buildup and, pollution.
A lot going on.
A lot. So, step 1 is a clarifying shampoo.
Yeah.
Its job is to strip everything off. It's the heavy lister.
But that can leave hair feeling a bit dry, a bit squeaky.
Exactly. That's why step 2 is a hydrating shampoo. This cleanses the hair shaft gently and puts moisture back in, but without that barrier of dirt. Your hair is clean, but not like straw.
And then comes the marinade.
Right. You apply a deep conditioning mask focusing on the mid-lengths and ends, and then action. You clip your hair up. The guide says to let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes.
And this is the genius part of the timeline. While the hair mask is doing its thing and the steam is opening up the hair cuticle to let it soak in.
That's when you start resurfacing the body.
You're multitasking.
Yes. While the hair marinates, you focus on full body exfoliation. Use sugar or salt scrubs for rough areas like elbows and knees. For sensitive skin, the source suggests gentle chemical exfoliants with AHA or BHA.
And then the shave. The guide asks, why do it now?
Because the timing is perfect. By now, you've been in the steam for 10 or 15 minutes. The hair follicles are soft. The skin is pliable.
So if you shave at the start of a shower, the hair is stiff, which leads to razor burn.
Exactly. Doing it now with a dedicated shave oil gives you that incredibly smooth finish.
Okay, so you've scrubbed, you've shaved, mask has been on for 10 minutes, now what?
Now you rinse the mask out of your hair, rinse your body, and then you end with hydrotherapy.
This is the part I struggle with, the cold blast.
It is intense, but it is physiologically necessary. A 30 to 90-second blast of cool water.
But why? Why ruin the cozy vibe with freezing water?
Because you just spent all this time opening everything up. Pores, hair cuticles, blood vessels. Now you need to close them. Cold water causes vasoconstriction. It constricts the blood vessels, which flushes blood to the organs, and then back out when you warm up. It's a little pump for your circulation. Plus, it physically flattens the hair cuticle, which locks in the conditioner and makes your hair really shiny.
Yeah. Okay, I see the logic, even if I hate the cold. Speaking of mental states, the guide has a whole section called Immersion, breath and steam. This is about elevating the shower from just grooming to a mental practice.
This is where we integrate mindfulness. The guide suggests using box breathing to center the nervous system, maybe while your hair mask is thin.
Box breathe, that's the Navy SEAL technique, right?
It is. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. It mechanically forces your heart rate to slow down.
And you can combine this with acupressure.
Yeah, use the water pressure as a massage tool. Direct the stream onto tension points like your shoulders or your neck. It increases blood flow and helps accelerate cell metabolism in those tight muscles.
So you're breathing, you're getting a hydro massage, you step out, you're clean, exfoliated, and freezing from that cold blast. Now we enter phase 3, the SEAL. Restoration.
And there is a golden rule here that you absolutely cannot ignore.
Which is?
Hydration must be applied within minutes of stepping out while the skin is still damp.
Do not towel dry completely.
Got it.
This leads us to the moisture sandwich. I love this term. Break it down for us.
It's all about layering products based on their function. So layer 1, that's your base. This should be a humectant.
A humectant, okay.
So ingredients like hyaluronic acid or glycerin that act like a magnet for moisture, it pulls water from the damp air and the water sitting on your skin into the skin layers.
Okay, so that hydrates, but I'm guessing if you stop there, the water can just evaporate.
Exactly. That's why you need layer 2. The top of the sandwich, this is an occlusive.
And that's usually an oil.
Yeah, a body oil like jojoba or argan. An occlusive creates a physical barrier. It's like putting a lid on a pot. It prevents that water you just pulled in from evaporating.
The source claims this technique locks in 1,000 times more moisture.
It's a bold claim, but the physics hold up. You are physically trapping the hydration. If you just put oil on dry skin, it sits on top. Lotion on dry skin, it evaporates. The sandwich is the secret.
And then you have the finishing touches. The facial routine toner, serum moisturizer, maybe an ice roller for puffiness, lip balm, cuticle oil.
And the vibe step. The guide says you must change immediately into fresh, loose pajamas or a plush robe.
Why immediately?
The goal is to maintain a low cortisol state. Tight clothes, waistbands, or bra signal work and restriction to the body. You want to stay in that soft, floaty zone to prolong the relaxation.
Now, before everyone runs off to lock themselves in the bathroom for 4 hours, we need to talk about the rules of engagement.
Yes, the dermatologist guidelines. A necessary reality check.
So first rule, frequency. Limit the full everything shower to once a week.
Right.
Why? Wouldn't doing this every day be amazing?
For your mind, maybe? For your skin? No. Daily intense exfoliation and scrubbing will strip the skin's natural microbiome. You have good bacteria protecting your skin barrier. Scrub it off every day, you'll end up with dry, irritated red skin.
Okay, once a week? What about temperature? We all love a scalding hot shower.
We do, but the guide advises 98 to 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Lukewarm is ideal. Scalding water just melts away the natural oils your skin produces. Again, it defeats the whole purpose of all that moisturizing.
And the last rule is about time management. This is a crucial distinction.
Yes, ritual time versus water time. You can be in the bathroom for 2 hours, but keep the active water time under 30 minutes.
Because of pruning.
Exactly. Pruning is actually a sign of distress. It means the water is washing away the oils that keep moisture inside your skin cells. You don't want to soak until you turn into a raisin.
That's a really important distinction. Now, the guide acknowledges that not everyone has the same lifestyle. A 4-hour shower isn't feasible for everyone.
Correct.
So it offers ways to customize your ritual based on your persona.
Yeah, we have the Gen Z viral persona. This is the 2 to 4 hour commitment, full shave, hair mask, cinematic lighting, post-shower journaling, the full Sunday reset.
Then there's the busy professional. This is probably where I land.
This is a 45-minute version. It prioritizes efficiency. You use multitasking products, maybe an in-shower lotion. You focus on stress relief, aromatherapy, but you might skip the full shave or the dry brushing.
Getting 80% of the benefit in 20% of the time.
That's the idea. And finally, the sensory seeker.
What's that one about?
This one is flexible on time, but focuses on nature. Using fresh herbs in the shower, maybe an herbal tea rinse for the hair, a heavy emphasis on breath work. It's less about grooming and more about grounding.
I like that there's permission to adapt it. You don't fail the everything shower if you don't do all 50 steps.
Exactly. The core philosophy, as quoted from the Wellness Corner, is this. In a world where everything moves so fast, this trend reminds us to slow down, breathe deeply, and prioritize our well-being.
It's a commitment to yourself. It's carving out a block of time that belongs only to you.
It really is. And in a hyper-connected world, that kind of solitude is rare.
So to wrap this up, let's run through the everything shower checklist one last time. If you're planning this for Sunday, what do you need to gather?
Okay, for prep, a big water bottle, can't forget hydration, your lighting and audio setup, hair oil, and a dry brush.
For the wash, a clarifying shampoo and a hydrating shampoo, a deep hair mask, a body exfoliant sugar or chemical eraser, and the willpower to do a cold rinse.
And for the seal, body lotion. That's your humectant body oil, your occlusive, your face skincare, and your freshest, softest pajamas.
Simple tools for a pretty profound effect. It really makes you rethink that 10 minutes you spend in the bathroom every morning.
It could be so much more.
Yeah.
And it raises a question for me. If we can carve out this kind of time for hygiene, where else in our lives are we rushing through things that could be rituals? Cooking, commuting.
It's all about intention. Can you turn a chore into a ceremony?
Exactly.
That is a great thought to leave us with. So, to you listening, your assignment is clear. This coming Sunday evening, schedule your reset. Lock the door, dim the lights, and try the moisture sandwich. You might just start the week feeling like a completely different person.
Enjoy the reset.
Thanks for listening to this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.